Hello everybody, it's Maikito. We got two more days. This video, one more video, and the international break is over. So we can finally go back to teams playing for their clubs. But there's still some picks that I did like, so I'll just get straight into those. And the first pick is Antoine Griezmann to go higher than 2 shots, playing at home for France, going up against Belgium. He had one against Italy and an underwhelming loss. Just France in general played bad. It's not like it was just Griezmann playing bad. It was France as a whole, and they need to win now that Belgium won their first game. And so France are going to be more aggressive in trying to get that win against Belgium. Belgium gave Israel 10 shots from just 36% possession, and I expect France to have way more possession of the ball. I can expect them to take more of those shots, and we just need Griezmann to take at least 2 of those, obviously preferably 3. He averaged 2.68 shots per 90 in La Liga, and when he played in the Euros for France, he averaged 2.75 per 90 there. A lot of the attention is going to be dragged towards Mbappe up top, and the wingers and Barcola and Dembele, because they're good wingers, and they draw a lot of attention from defenders. But because of that, I expect Griezmann to be underestimated and be given much more space, and he's willing to take those long shots, which is what we like to see. They played each other in the Euros in July. In the round of 16, he played as a right winger and he got 2. Now he's going to be playing as an attacking midfielder, where, like I said, I expect him to get less attention, so he should be able to have more opportunities to take those shots. He's a good dribbler, and like I said, he's a long shot taker. And in the shots that he took in the Euros, 6 were from inside the box and 6 were from outside the box. So France are going to be desperate to score, and Griezmann is one of their most experienced and underrated attacker in this Euro. People know how good he can be, but people forget how good he can be, and I like him to go higher than 2 shots. My next prop is on the other side is Casteels to go higher than 3 saves. He had 2 versus Israel, and again it was an underwhelming just France attack in general, but I expect him to do better in this next game against Belgium. They have plenty of good attackers, like I mentioned, with Mbappe, Griezmann, Barcola, Dembele, and even their fullbacks shoot. Just like Koundé can sometimes get opportunities, Hernandez can get opportunities, even Conte can get them. So they have anywhere where they can find those shots. And like I said, they lost the first game, so they're gonna want to be more aggressive. And in the Euro, in the matchup that they had, France had 19 shots, and only 2 of those were on target. But again, I expect them to improve. And Belgium in that tournament gave Ukraine 13 shots, 4 of those being on target, Romania 14 shots, 5 being on target, and Slovakia 10 shots, 4 of those being on target. So in the Euros, other than the game against France, against weaker oppositions, Castile had 3+ saves in all of those games. So again, now that France is at home, I think at 3.0 is a safe spot and a good spot, especially for a team against France, for Castile to go higher than 3 saves. My next prop is Mert Solomon to go higher than 0.5 shots, playing at home for Israel, going up against Italy. He went over against Belgium away from home, and now he's playing at home against Italy, who won their first game away to France, while Israel lost their first game. So I expect, again, Israel to be more aggressive against Italy. He averaged, in the Euro qualification, he averaged 3.33 shots per 90. And the last Nations League in 22-23, when he played for Israel, he averaged 2.41 shots per 90. And in my opinion, the reason why they don't know where to place his shots at, I think 0.5 is too low, is because he doesn't get much opportunities for his club. But I see him getting more opportunities in the team he's on loan for in Leeds United in the Championship. He played 1 game for them so far, and in that game, he had 2 shots. So he's one of, if not the best attacker that Israel have, and if they want any chance to at least get a point against Israel, he's going to be one of the main reasons there. And at 0.5, I think you're getting good value. I like the odds that he takes at least 1 shot, so I like Mert Solomon to go higher than 0.5 shots. My next prop is Kenan Yildiz to go higher than 1.5 shots, playing at home for Turkey, going up against Iceland. He had 0 in the first game away to Wales, but Turkey as a team only took 5 shots, and now at home I think they have a much better game and matchup with against Iceland. Iceland, who played at home against Montenegro, gave them 59% possession of the ball, and took 10 shots. And Iceland won, while Turkey drew their game, and Iceland will be more defensive. And he's going to be getting good reception. Yilmaz got suspended, so Guller's projected to play up top, which means Yildiz is really going to be the main main striker. Honestly, he's the most pure type of striker that Turkey's going to have in that game, and he's going to be getting passes and receptions from Guler, Shananolu, Kokchu, all great passers. He averaged in 3 Serie A games so far this season, he's averaged 2 shots, and he averaged 2.84 when he played in the Euros for Turkey. So I think it's a good matchup for a Turkey team that's going to want to improve, be more aggressive, and have a much better matchup at home, and a weaker defensive side in Iceland. So like Kenan Yildiz to go higher than 1.5 shots. And then the last player prop that I like is his teammate, the goalkeeper Mert Gunok, to go lower than 2.5 saves. He only had one save, which is obviously good. And they even had a red card in the last 15-20 minutes against Wales. And Iceland had 5 shots on target at home, but it was against a weak Montenegro side. And now they're playing away from home, which is where they're going to be less, not going to be as good offensively. Like I said, Iceland won, Turkey drew, so Turkey will have much more possession of the ball, which means less attacks for Iceland to even get those shots in general, and Iceland will mainly defend. And it's not like Iceland have good attackers or anything. They have average attackers. They don't have anybody real good that stands out for them. They just play better as a team. But now that they won, I don't expect them to go all-out attack, especially against Turkey. They're going to want to at least save a point. Going out there with just 1 point in a draw is going to be a win for them. And Turkey have a lot of good defenders with Soyuncu, Selik, they have Bardakci, they have Mulder, and now they're playing at home. They did good in the Euros, and I think a 2.5 is just too high of a mark for a team that's going to be much more aggressive and control more of the ball. So like Mert Gunok to go lower than 2.5 saves. I want to give a quick shout out to my partner Underdog Fantasy. You can use code Maikito in the description. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. I also have the YouTube membership for those that are interested. You get the content out before anybody else, and it's a great way to support the channel. I also have my PrizePicks, my Fliff, and my Cashapp if you ever want to use those, and I really appreciate anybody who supports me in any way. We tried 2 different days of the ladder challenge, and then both of those missed by 1. Just really unfortunate. So I probably shouldn't have started it during international break. That's on me. So I just stopped that. I probably will try it again, but when in club soccer where teams are much more predictable and it's just a better chance for it hitting, so I'll just leave that alone. But I did find one money line that I did like, and I briefly spoke on it with the last couple picks, and that's a Turkey money line against Iceland. They have a good defense. They just couldn't find the rhythm against Wales, and now at home in a good matchup against Iceland, I expect them to pick up the pace. Because of Yilmaz's suspension, like I mentioned, Guler will be up top. Sharanoglu is going to be more attacking instead of playing in the midfield in the center as he usually does. He'll probably play on the right, which means he's going to be able to play much more up top, play much more passes than he usually does. And he's a great passer. He's underrated in that aspect of the game. And they had a good Euro run where they lost in the round of 16, 2-1 to the Netherlands. So they played good in the Euros. They barely lost against the Netherlands, and they're going from that to Iceland, just a much better matchup. And they're, in my opinion, just an underrated team. They're definitely the much better team. Iceland conceded 16 goals in 10 games in the Euro qualification. They didn't even qualify for the Euros, and that was for a reason. So they're not a good defensive team. They average over a goal conceded a game, while Turkey scored 14 goals in 8 games in qualification and scored 5 goals in 4 games in the Euros against much tougher defensive matchups. So I think that first game away to Wales, first of all, they played away. 2, they just couldn't find their rhythm. But now that they were able to play a game together, now they have better chemistry. Now they're playing at home, better matchup, and I like the odds. I like the Turkey money line against Iceland. Thank you everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's picks. It actually, when player prop wise, was pretty good. We did have 2 DMPs, 2 players that didn't play, and that was Danny Olmo and Gerson. But the ones that did play had 4, only had 1 miss. I had an added play in Leao, over 1.5 shots that hit. Modric, higher on passes, doesn't matter where you took him at, he went way over. When he got taken off and got put back, they've actually bumped his line down, which is even better. He ended with over 100, so I don't know what they were thinking. That was just a complete steal. That one was easy. Freuler higher than 1.5 tackles. That one hit within the first couple minutes of the second half, so that was great for us as well. The only one that missed was Suslov, higher than 2.5 shots. He went from taking 7 shots in the first game to none, which was just weird in general, which they did take the lead in the first half, so they weren't as attacking in the second, so I do understand that. And then Portugal corners easily hit. They had 12 compared to Scotland 6. Sweden first half money line, they were up like 2-0, I believe, or something like that after the first half. The only one that missed was Luxembourg. They could not score a single goal, which was just unfortunate. If Gerson would have played, in my opinion, I believe they would have scored. He wasn't even on the bench, so I'm assuming he might have been injured or something. I don't know why he didn't play that game, but that was just unfortunate. 2 plays away from a sweep. We had 2 DMPs. Player props did good. Money lines almost good, almost perfect. But hopefully we can do better in this next day. Still had a pretty good day. If you could like the video, comment as well. It helps the video get boosted out to more people that haven't seen these types of videos before. So I really appreciate that if you would. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.